Hey guys, Chris at Tillman Family Farm. So we have been very, very busy and I have not done a whole lot of videos and I'm sorry. So as you guys know, we did a late batch of broilers. We are processing those. We started processing those last weekend and we're about halfway through. We're a little three-man slow crew, and no, Georgia Department of Agriculture, these birds are not for sale, so don't come visit me, please. So anyhow, it's a little bit more chilly today than it was yesterday. Trying to get ahead of this storm that's coming in. We're supposed to have snow in South Georgia, actually up to 5 inches. So that's going to be a little bit different for us around here. We get it every now and again, but most of the time it's just a little dusting and not really that big a deal, and we just move on with life. But it's going to be a little different this time. But we're going to be doing that today. I'll talk about a couple other things that have happened around here over the past month or so and kind of catch you guys up a little bit. All right, so we're going to do the fast version of this catch up. We may do some videos on some of this stuff individually later on, but right now I'm waiting on my water to get up to temperature so I can scald birds. So we had some baby goats, which I'll have to finagle my way over there through all this netting to get to them and show you those baby goats. We had twins with one, and one of the twins did not make it, and then the other one had her kid, and everybody's doing fine now. So we've got 2 out there. It's a boy and a girl. So look at Henry back there. He's like, what are you doing down there? Anyhow, goats are in that Starkline netting. Remember guys, we got that discount code out there. Been a lot of people taking advantage of that because they're getting ready for spring and going ahead and buying all their stuff. So I'll get over there. These babies are really cute, so I got to get over there and get some videos of them. Actually, let me go in right here. Where's your kids at? Keeping up with the family? Huh? Where are they at? Hello, little guys. Ooh, we got to get y'all cleaned out again. Mama got to get y'all bedded. That's what Jamie's out working on right now, but these are the little guys in here hanging out while the moms and dads enjoy some hay out here. So Jamie absolutely loves goats. She gets out here and loves on them and all sorts of stuff. So I'm sure that you're gonna see lots and lots of probably short videos and all kinds of stuff with goats. So I am about to turn this camera around and show y'all something we've been working on. We've made a lot of progress on a long-term project, and we were in a hurry, and I'll explain that to you here in just a minute when we get over there. And look at that. And I'll explain that to you when we get over there. But this is a big deal for us, so let's go check this out. The barn. So we've done roofing projects on this thing. We got some really, really old videos. We stole these poles up, but Jamie has a mare that is bred and is due to foal just about any day. So M10 and stalls. Look at that. So this is monstrous for us. We have been horse and chicken people for probably the longest, and having a barn, we had a barn down at the old property, but we've been here for 10 years, and we've had barn dreams for a long time, and they are finally here. Jamie's done some videos on this young lady over her pregnancy, and she is one great big old gal right this minute. Ooh-wee. Let's see if I can get in here and show y'all from the side. Look at that. So this is actually a double stall. We did this to leave for her so she could birth in this stall, which goes, so there'll be a wall across there, and this will be 4 stalls on this side. And then as we finish up, there will be one workshop bay, which is going to be 2 of these, so that'll be a 10 by 20. There will be a 10 by 10 tack room, and then there's going to be one more stall out there on the end. So barn is coming along all nice and fancy. Hush, we hear you. Anyhow, she wanted a red barn, so she's got one coat of what we got put up. We're going to keep on wrapping this thing as we get our act together. I had to put a drainage system in around it. We put the M10 in here because this kind of goes down a little bit and the water was kind of flowing through there. So M10 picked it up level from front to back, and we still got a lot more of it in. This whole entire side over here got a whole dump truck load of M10 to bring it up to this level. So, but anyhow, that's a little pickup or a little catch up. Let's go talk about some sad news real quick before we jump into these birds. All right, so I know that the vast majority of our YouTube followers have always followed us for pig content. Well, it kind of saddens me to say, and we did a short video on this not long ago, but there are 0 pigs on this farm right now. It was a decision that we made with a lot of conversations. We love pigs. We're probably not done with pigs. We'll probably have more pigs in the future, probably the near future, but we are not going to continuously run pigs here like we've done for the past 4 or 5 years. They're a ton of work. The right kind of feed for pigs is very expensive. And for the products that we want to offer to our customers, it takes that expensive feed to get us there. On top of the constant moving and getting them into good places. And on top of that, we feel that forested pigs versus pastured pigs turn out much better. And I will show you some of the forested area that we have. We have a lot more on the other side of the farm, but it is so much more difficult to run pigs over there. So we basically had to give this place a rest. We had to give ourselves a rest. So I'm gonna show you this last area where the pigs are in. We took pigs on New Year's Day. We took the last group that we had to the processor. Those were sold for wholes and halves and a little bit for stock. And that's gonna be all the pork that we have for, I don't know, probably maybe a year, maybe coming into fall next year, we'll have another group ready, but we're probably just gonna buy pigs. We're not gonna farrow to finish like we have in the past. So we're not 100% sure what it's gonna completely look like, but I can show you the condition that pigs have left this place. All right, so that is the ramp that we were loading off of. You know, we've always had that nice fancy special way of loading pigs. We back a trailer up here several days before the pigs go. We feed them on the trailer, they come in and out as they please, and then all of the sudden, bam, there they are. They'll load up, we shut the door on them, and we go. But these pigs were pretty good size, and yes, I did leave them here longer than I should have. But this is one of our forested areas. When we move pigs in here, this ground is covered with hickory nuts. There are tons and tons of them, man. When you move in here, all you hear is crunch, 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 crunch for days and days and days. So it's perfect, but this is what they do. And then you don't get this area back good for them for a year. You know, I mean, next fall would be the perfect time to get them back in here. And it's just not going to happen fast enough. So all this stuff just needs to rest. It's got to rest. We got some fencing to take down. I got some tractor work to do in here. I may even thin out some of these trees so I can silvopasture this stuff like I've always wanted to and just haven't gotten to it yet. But that's where we are with pigs. I'm probably going to do a whole video on this and our thoughts and our experiences and all kinds of stuff. So that's what it is. A little bit of catch up, but we're fixing to go over here and get after some chickens. Y'all stick with me. All right, so let's talk about why we waited until winter to try to do birds. So there was an election coming. We are a little bit of a prepper type family, and we would have rather have had birds on the ground growing than not. So that's what we did. There was no intention to sell. We've had enough problems with Georgia Department of Agriculture and all their shenanigans that we've abandoned that for the most part until they come to their senses. Anyhow, so this is our normal setup when we're butchering birds for ourselves. We've got kill cones, which they are working on now. We've got 2 tents. We got a scalder, which is a pot, and then we got a plucker, and then my station stainless steel table with all that stuff where I do evisceration. So we've done some pretty extensive chicken processing videos. They are not hard to find. I would almost guarantee that if you plugged in chicken processing, our video would pop up. It's got tons and tons of views. So if you want to see this whole entire process from start to finish, you can find that very easily. We'll probably go over some of that stuff today, but we hadn't done anything in a while, so we figured we would get out here and do a video. So you're gonna see a lot of stuff different today that you would not have seen in that earlier video because we don't have to follow anybody's rules. These are ours. So, nah. All right, I'm gonna do one and one only for you guys. Woo, Rusty, it's my first one this morning. Did some yesterday. So that was it. Take the legs off of the knuckles. Y'all have seen this before on the other videos. I come in here and I do that number. I get my finger in there, get it all cleaned out. Then we do that number. And then you go in right here and you go straight through, and then you grab behind that crop and you pull it, and it's attached to the breast and the chicken and all that stuff. The skin, I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm talking about this morning. Oh, and then you just separate all of this, okay? Separate it all the way down to the neck right there, right? Back here, take this, you pinch this up, you pull it away from the guts, right? Pull it away. Make one nice little cut to open it up, put your thumb in there. I put my thumb in there and I go to the right so that I get my hand on the bone right there instead of pushing down on any of the innards, because that is the exit area right there. And if there is anything left in there, you don't want it to squirt out at you. So in to the right, take your other hand in here under the back end of the breast, up like so, and then I go in above everything. Sometimes you have to do a little curl, and then you'll pull, okay? So all that stuff on the front end comes right out with it. Do a little sweep. Esophagus sometimes is difficult because it doesn't want to come out, all right? I'm not a tail saver. Some people will do that number and they'll just cut all this stuff out right below the vent, and then they'll cut the oil gland off. I am not that guy. I don't like it. So I cut down that side of the tail, and I cut down that side of the tail. Then come here, take the whole tail off, and I'm done with that. At this point, it is up to you if you want to leave that neck on or not. I do not. We grind the necks for our dogs. So I cut down both sides, and then I give a nice little cut there, and then I will grab it like so, pull it back, and it comes off. All sorts of fancy stuff comes with it. Then you got all this skin, right? So we just clean it up just like so. Then you got a pile of stuff over here that you separate, which I'll show you here in just a second. What we keep out of it, because we dehydrate a lot of stuff for the dogs, but for this part is done. You get this nice cute little bird. Still got some little pieces of yellow fat all over him from the skin. Get them nice and cleaned out. And in the cooler he goes. All right, so let's go back to the guts one time. All right, so this is your pile of guts. This is the heart right here. We pull, we'll save the heart. All right, so you can save the gizzard if you want to, but I skip it. That little thing right there, that little bean, that little green bean, do not bust the green bean, okay? So normally I take and I put all this liver in between two fingers, and then I reach in here and I squeeze the top side of that bean and I just pull it off, okay? So there's heart and liver right there. It's good stuff to save for your dogs. You can save the feet and peel them and dehydrate them. They're great treats for your dogs. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Today we're not. So all the rest of this goes in the gut bucket. In the gut bucket. And then we rinse our station one time. That's just because how we do it. You'll see tons of people do it different. We are 100% outside in nature, and we're giving it back. Giving it all back. I got somebody bringing me a bowl with this other stuff. So that looked like it took a little bit, but I was also explaining it to you guys. So that's probably all we'll do in this video, but that's that process. Jamie, why are you processing chickens in the cold?
Because we're crazy?
Because we're crazy, yes indeed, because we're crazy. So we made a commitment to do this, and boy, I'm gonna tell you what, we almost about regretting it right this minute, because it is cold, and it is getting colder. I think tonight is supposed to be in the 20s here. I mean, I don't know. We're just trying to get it done. I think there were 7 more birds left to get killed, and then that's going to leave me with about, I don't know, 15 or so to eviscerate and get in the chill tank and get all that stuff moved around, and let's get this stuff cleaned up and get our tails back inside. I say that, we got a lot of stuff to do. Horses will be fine. We have got a group of young chickens that we want to get bedded down. We're going to convert some tractors over and get some of those birds in there with some bedding. And then of course our little goats out here. Cows have plenty of hay out there, so it's I don't know, it's a race right this minute. So but anyhow, I'm gonna let you guys go because it's getting cold and I need to get my butt in gear. So I appreciate you guys watching. We're gonna have a lot more new stuff coming into this year, so y'all stick with us and we will see you on the next video.